Hey, what's up, One Eighty? Let's talk about metabolism and boosting that metabolism. And so what is metabolism? Let's start there. What do you say? Some people think metabolism is kind of an organ or a body part, or that influences digestion. And actually, the metabolism isn't a body part. And metabolism is the process of transforming food, like nutrients, right, into fuel, energy. So the body uses the energy to conduct a vast array of essential functions. And in fact, the ability to even watch this, okay, on the screen is driven by your metabolism. If you have no metabolism, you wouldn't even be able to move. And so the fact is that long before you even realized that you could even move a finger or lift a foot, your internal processes would have stopped. Because the basic building blocks of life, circulating blood, okay, transforming oxygen into carbon dioxide, expelling potentially the lethal waste through the kidneys, and so on. And all those, everything depends upon metabolism. So metabolism is really key. Although we think of our metabolism as a single function, it's really a catch-all term for countless functions that are taking place inside our body every second and of every minute of every day of our life. Numerous chemicals or chemical conversions are taking place through metabolism and metabolic functioning. So, in a certain light, the metabolism has been referred to as a harmonizing process that manages to achieve two critical bodily functions that seem to be actually at odds with one another: anabolism and catabolism. So you probably have heard those terms before. I want to break that down for you because really once we understand more about metabolism, then we can actually know how to get it to work in our benefit, right? So our bodies are continually creating more cells to replace dead or dysfunctional cells. For example, if you cut your finger, the body starts the process of creating skin cells to clot the blood and start the healing process instantly. This creation produces a metabolic response called anabolism. On the other hand, there is the exact opposite activity taking place in other parts of the body. Instead of building cells and tissue, the body is breaking down energy so the body can actually function. For example, as you exercise, your body temperature rises and your heartbeat increases. As that happens, your body requires more oxygen. So your breathing increases. If you couldn't adjust to this enhanced requirement for oxygen, you would actually collapse. And all of this requires additional energy. Well, we have to get that energy from somewhere, right? Presuming that you aren't overdoing it, your body will begin converting food into energy in a metabolic process called catabolism. Okay, so with anabolism is what happens is building up, catabolism is the breaking down. So your metabolism is in constant process that works in those two seemingly opposite ways. That anabolism uses energy to create cells, and catabolism breaks down the cells to create the energy. And so metabolism is a harmonizer. It brings together two seemingly opposite functions and does so in an optimal way that enables the body to create cells as needed and break them down, really. And again, as needed. So we're either building or breaking down as needed. So, why is this important? Well, for me, from my story, if we might have not met before, my name is Jen Plugin, holistic empowerment coach, shape from a place stuck to authentic thriving. First training, group fitness, life coaching, and nutrition coaching, and I'm teaching things like this. And I've been in the fitness industry for over 20 years and was an educator for 16. But even being in those, I had my own severe struggles with being anorexic and just with a weight loss game and trying to figure out all of this, and just a lot of shame and guilt and just hating what I saw. And it wasn't until I understood that what food really is that's energy for us, right? That the nutrients we fuel ourselves is really energy, and that determines what primarily how I'm going to feel and how things are going to come out, how my metabolism is going to work, how good I feel, how I look, all those things. I couldn't get freedom from that kind of stuff. So this is really key. I think knowledge is really power. So I want to give you some knowledge today that's going to really enhance your life and enhance your ability to make wise decisions for yourself to live a fit life. So if you haven't liked, subscribe, follow, please do so now. All right, metabolism and weight loss. Let's start calories. Calories, okay, write down, are simple units of measure, not actual things, They aren't labels like an inch, which are really isn't anything, but it measures the distance between 2 points, right? So what do calories measure? Give it to you earlier. Energy. Your body creates energy from the foods you eat. So whether it's healthy food or not, it creates energy from fruits and vegetables using the same process that uses to create energy from chocolate bars and candy. While you know it's better for your body to get energy, right, from fruits and vegetables, your body doesn't evaluate the food, honestly. It creates energy from whatever you feed it. And so that might sound like kind of different than what you've heard before, but it sounds strange that the body really doesn't care, and I get that. But to the body, energy is energy. It takes whatever it gets and doesn't really know that some foods are healthier than others. It's kind of like a garbage disposal. It takes what you put down it, whether it should go down or not. So let's apply this to the body and weight gain. When the body receives a calorie, it must do something with that energy. If a carrot delivers 100 calories to the body, it has to accept those 100 calories. The same goes for 200 calories in a chocolate bars and candy. The body does one of two things to the energy. It either metabolizes it via anabolism, right, or metabolizes via catabolism. This is it. That's all it can do. It will either convert the energy into calories or turn to cells and tissues, or it will use it into cells and tissues, right, or it will break down that energy and break down those cells. So it's either building or breaking down. When there is excess of energy and the body can't use this energy to deal with the needs at the time, it will be forced to create extra cells, which with that extra energy it has. So it doesn't necessarily want to, but after figuring out that the energy can't be used for anything, such as help you exercise or digest or turn it into something else through anabolism, and those extra cells, yep, you guessed it, added weight gain. In a nutshell, the whole calorie metabolism weight gain thing is really just about extra energy. When there are too many calories in the body, they're transformed to fat. Sometimes these extra calories are transformed to muscle. In fact, muscle requires calories to maintain their mass. So people with strong muscle will burn more calories without actually doing anything, and the metabolism burns them for them. So this is the primary reason why exercising and building lean muscle is part of an overall program to boost your metabolism. The more lean muscle you have, the more places excess calories can go before they are turned into fat. So ladies, we want to have some muscle on us. Okay, so let me do a quick final word about fat. There's a nasty rumor floating around that fat cells are permanent. Unfortunately, the rumor is true. Most experts agree that once fat cells have been created, they're permanent. But this doesn't spell doom or gloom for those of us who could stand to drop a few pounds. Even though experts believe that fat cells are permanent, they also agree that fat cells can shrink. So even if the number of fat cells in your body remains the same, their size, appearance, and percentage overall weight can be reduced. So what are some tips, techniques, and strategies for boosting your metabolism then? Chances are you've tried to boost your metabolism at least once in your life. Perhaps you weren't quite certain what a metabolism was and didn't know how to accomplish those goals. Maybe you started a rigorous exercise program or jogging, or muscle toning, or you just start eating several small portions a day rather than 3 large meal portions. Maybe you started taking all kinds of supplements that boost your metabolism. The thing is, all of these methods can work. Exercise and eating strategically, ensuring that your body is catabolism-friendly supplements are 3 of the many good weight loss ideas. So what's the problem? The problem is that many of us have no real scientific understanding of what or how or why methods boost metabolism. For example, a person may start a vigorous exercise program that includes significant aerobic cardiovascular movement, such as jogging or cycling, and a week after week, that person may not notice a drop in weight. But is this due to boosted metabolism or not boosted metabolism? And if the person does drop weight, is it the other way? Maybe, but maybe not. Could it be due to water loss through perspiration that hasn't been adequately replenished? Maybe, maybe not. Maybe you think many people risk their health because they don't quite understand the tips, strategies, and techniques to boost their metabolism. The popular and widely respected internet publication of iVillage highlights 11 key ways to speed up metabolism. To most easily understand and discuss them here, I've taken the 11 key ideas and broken them into 3 broad categories, okay? So 1 is exercise, 2 is lifestyle, 3 is diet. So as we go throughout each of these 11 keys, you'll know that there's some overlap between them. For example, it's hard to imagine introducing exercise in your life. It's like, if it isn't a lifestyle choice. Does that make sense? Like, I exercise and lifestyle have to go. So don't get bogged down in the categories. They are merely there to provide an organize of the points, because I have to have organized things. And to help us easily understand and refer to them in the future. So the important things to understand is that each of the points are evaluated on how you can responsibly integrate them into your life. So let's start with the first category, exercise. I'm sure that we all know that exercise is a big part of boosting your metabolism and burning calories, of course. So unless you're born with one of those unusually active metabolisms, which allows you to eat 1,000 calories a day without gaining weight, you're like the vast majority of us who need to give our metabolism a bit of a kick, right? And cardiovascular aerobic exercise is an important part of boosting your metabolism, increasing your heart rate, blood circulation, body temperature, and oxygen intake, carbon dioxide exchange. All send messages to your metabolic system to initiate that catabolism, breaking down the cells into energy. Building muscle, okay? So muscle, many people, especially women, are very, I guess you say leery. It's more lax now, but still meet a lot of women who are very leery about an exercise regimen where I have muscle building. And there is, for some, the muscle building leads to muscle bulking. And before long, you look like a bodybuilder. Provided that women aren't supplementing their workouts with specific muscle building supplements, there's really no need to be concerned, because building lean muscle won't make them bulk up. But why worry about building muscle in the first place, Jen? And I'm glad you asked, because a pound of muscle burns more calories than a pound of fat. So more muscle you have, the more calories you burn. You don't even have to do anything. You simply burn more calories just by being there, okay? So, because muscle requires more energy investment. So, but if you build muscle and you leave it without exercise, over time muscle fibers weaken and you'll lose the wonderful calorie burning factory. And so interval training, which if you follow me at all, you know I'm all about interval training. And the basic weight loss principle behind catabolism, essentially, if you are and engineer your body to require more energy, your body will comply by breaking down cells to deliver them. And the process of metabolism burns calories, right? So based on that logic, interval training fits in with this overall plan. Interval training simply as adding high energy burning component to your exercise plan for an infrequent and interval basis. For example, you can jog 20 minutes every other day, boosting metabolism, burning calories and energy. But can you burn disproportionately more calories if during the 20-minute jog you had 30 seconds or a 1 minute sprint? Yes, you can. Why? Because during the 30 to 1 minute, you give your body a bit of a jolt, okay? Not an unhealthy jolt, but enough that your body has to turn things up that notch. And to compensate for that extra energy requirements, guess what? Your body will burn more calories. Yay! Interval training only works when it's at intervals. So the metabolism boosting benefits you enjoy as the result of interval training are primarily due to the fact that your body suddenly needs to find more energy. While it was chugging along, and supplying your energy needs during your cardiovascular exercise, outside needs to grab a little bit more for that 30 seconds, or that minute, and that period, it will boost your metabolism even further. If you decide to extend 30 seconds to a 1 minute sprint or into a 20-minute sprint, you will experience the benefits, okay? So remember, it's a quick burst is what we're looking for. Yes, your body will use the energy if you extend yourself at the higher range for your aerobic zone, but you won't necessarily get the jolt that comes from interval training. And so interval training is really, really key because you burn more afterwards as well. So remember, your goal with interval training is to give your body a healthy jolt, where it suddenly says to itself, whoa, we need more energy here fast. This person has increased their heart rate from 180 to 190 beats per minute. Let's get available cells like those fat cells down the waist and break them down via catabolism as the person can get the energy they need. Just like my fat breaking down voice. And I was a teacher. Interval training can last longer than 30 seconds or a minute. Some experts suggest that you can use for training for 30 to 40 minutes, depending upon the state of your health and your overall exercise regimen and all that. But the reason we're focused on 30 seconds to a minute is simply to give you a clear understanding that interval training is a kind of mini training workout within your training program, okay? And as always, don't overdo it with your interval training. Your goal here is to become healthier and stronger and lose weight, not to hurt yourself in the process, right, or to burn yourself out. So you get nothing if you run so fast and bike so hard during interval training that you hurt yourself. You actually undermine your own health and possibly have to stop exercising where your torn muscles or other ailments. So variety. There are a few easy ways to add to your exercise program in addition to interval training. You can break up a longer routine into small ones. For example, instead of committing to one hour workout a day, you could do 2 30 minutes or 3 20 minutes, or you could do like I'm getting ready to launch a whole series of 10-minute workouts. Do those 3 times a day. You have 30 minutes. And also work an extra exercise during your daily routine, such as taking the stairs, right? A brisk walk, with your coffee and newspaper instead of parking close to the entrance of the building. Walk as far away as possible. All these tips provide 2 metabolism boosting benefits. First, they can make exercise more fun. While it's important to have an exercise routine, you don't want to have such a boring routine because then your chances of stopping are so much greater. So adding these new elements to your overall exercise commitment simply helps you encourage you to stick with the program. And since exercising is a core part of boosting your metabolism, any technique or a tip that helps you continue exercising over the long term is a wise piece of advice. Second, important benefits of a variety of exercise plan leads us back to interval training concept discussed above. When you add variety to work out, your body cannot get into the groove. Remember, your body is a remarkable piece of work and will always try to do things efficiently. Naturally, the overall state of your health, which can just be influenced by genetics and other factors out of your control, will play a role in how efficiently your body runs. But regardless of how your body was put together, it wants to do things efficiently as it possibly can. So when you start exercising, your body develops an expectation of energy output. It's not doing this to be lazy. It's doing this because it's efficient. It's survival. Remember back like survival days, right? If your body starts to predict that you need a certain amount of energy to complete a 20-minute jog, but then you jog for 2 minutes followed by a 5-minute walking, 2-minute jog, and 1 minute sprinting, your body may require a great deal more energy to help you achieve this, right? You're messing with it. As a result, you may find yourself very out of breath or tired, so your body strives to meet the increase in demand. Naturally, catabolism will be involved as your body increases metabolism, which is awesome, right? But over time, maybe a month or two, your body will simply become more efficient again, right? It will become stronger and you'll be able to supply the energy you need much more efficiently. Your health has improved and your body has to work less to provide the energy it needs. Increasingly, if we look at this, and even ironically, this can actually obscure your metabolism boosting efforts because you want your body to start the catabolism process, but if your body is efficiently working, it won't dig into the reserves, i.e. fat cells, in order to provide you with the energy you need. So trick is keep a variety in your workouts. That's why you see me doing so many different ones, because I believe in variety. Not only does it keep you engaged, but also it's going to confuse your system. It's going to keep your body guessing. Many people choose to cross-train and targets different muscle groups, but also keeps your body from finding a groove whereby it's trying to help you, where it's trying to help you by slowing down your metabolism, but it's really doing the reverse of what we want. So remember, your body doesn't read books like this, but books like we do, or watch videos even like this. It doesn't need to, and it doesn't care. It has no clue that speed your metabolism is good or bad good or bad within your lifestyle, right? So we have to make the changes because our body isn't. All right, second part, lifestyle. Balancing work, family, hobbies, and other commitments often means that our lifestyle isn't so much a choice as is a necessity, but we can do little things to help speed up our metabolism. First, get on the wagon. Do you know people who carefully choose low-fat, low-calorie meals? Choices are very disciplined when it comes to resisting the chef's pecan pie for dessert, yet order a glass or two of wine with their meal. These people are undermining their efforts to boost the metabolism. Studies show that drinking alcohol with meals actually encourages overeating, which means more calories may need to be burned away or transformed into fat. Many people are simply unaware that alcoholic drinks are laden with calories as much as sugary soft drinks. A bottle of beer or cocktail is a few hundred calories. Wine is less, but still adds up to your calorie count. The tip is, it shouldn't, it's not to stop drinking alcohol altogether, but to be aware that it's adding to your calorie intake and include that into your thoughts, and maybe only do it once a week. Sleep. Most of us don't have the much control over the amount of sleep as we would like. Work, family, education, housekeeping, and as many other tasks that could possibly prevent us from getting enough sleep that we need. But experts tell us getting enough sleep actually improves metabolism. People who are constantly sleep deprived typically find they have less energy due to the regular daily activities. As a result, sleep deprived people often lower their own metabolism. They simply don't have the strength to break down the food efficiently, particularly carbohydrates. This is very difficult to use because many people can only find time to exercise by borrowing from their rest time. For example, after a long day of work and dealing with family and home commitments, a person may only find the only time they have to do their exercise is late at night. So what should you do? Ultimately, it's a question of balance. Naturally, if you're willing to exercise, doctors agree that's healthy for you to do so. Then if you're not going to get fit by sleeping in instead of exercising, right? Yet if you steal time away from your sleep in order to exercise, you can actually do more harm than good, because the following day you won't have enough energy to digest what you eat, and the answer to this is a catch-22, right? So it lies in balance. You don't have to work out every night, or perhaps you can integrate workout into your life during the day, maybe at lunchtime or right after work. So maybe you could do something as a family. Look at, since now we're more online, like look at my fitness schedule, download my fitness app. There's a lot of variety, a lot of things you could work out yourself, or find a club that's open 24 hours, find some equipment at home, watch some of my reviews and those kind of things on equipment and what you need, or watch some of my videos and get a mix of what you might like. But definitely my app, if you go download if you just go in the app store, go Gem 180 Fit, you can pull up my app, and it has live workouts and recorded workouts every day. So if you have trouble sleeping, working out late can affect your speed of your metabolism, because you won't have enough energy, the following day. With insomnia, right, and sleep disorders, that becomes a common problem. So some non-medical tips to help you fall asleep, okay? 1, don't eat late at night. 2, try drinking warm milk before bedtime. 3, don't turn on the TV at night. Try yoga or stress relieving practices. I do yoga every night on my app. Try having a warm bath before bedtime. Don't exercise close to bedtime, or your body becomes so energized it won't want to go to sleep. Okay, next, relax. I briefly noted yoga and list of things to do. And that brings me to another key influence of your metabolism: stress. Experts believe that stress can send unwanted signals to our body, and signals that lead to slower metabolism. Essentially, when the body is under constant stress, it releases stress hormones that flood the system. These stress hormones actually tell the body to create larger fat cells in the abdomen. I know, where we want it, right? The result can be both increased weight and slow metabolism. So some easy stress relievers: 1, walk more. 2, listening to relaxing music. Meditate. Practice yoga. Eat non-stimulating foods. No caffeine, no sugar, no so on. Recenter yourself and de-stress. I'm doing a 21-day mindfulness challenge, starting as just $21. Go to 21daymind.gogen.net, and you could pull it up. Do that. That's going to help with this, especially if you're a binge eater. If you want to relax because you don't have time, you're stressed out, your life probably is playing a role in your weight gain and your inability to lose weight. Hey, ladies only. Let me hear the ladies real quick. Ladies, let's talk. Scientists have determined that the 2-week period prior to the menstruation is premium fat burning time. Australian studies have shown that women were able to burn 30% more fat in the 2 weeks prior to preceding their period. So at this time, the female body's production of estrogen and progesterone are the highest. Since these hormones tell the body that to use the fat source of energy, exercising during this time can really pay off. The body will be inclined to target fat cells for catabolism. All right, next, don't hate calories. The word calorie has a bad rap. We come across calorie foods or low-calorie foods. Guys, I hope you're back in. The calories that come from cake and empty calories, which mean there's no nutritional value that your body can squeeze out to make use of. But in the bigger picture, it's unwise for your metabolism to become calorie avoidant. If you suddenly decrease the amount of calories that you eat, your body won't try to do more with less. It won't necessarily provoke catabolism, and thus reduce weight and fat cells. And so your body will try to keep you alive by slowing down your metabolism. I suddenly believe that something is wrong. Maybe you're trapped somewhere without food. It will just begin to become very, very stingy with energy. And what's the result? If your body needs 2,000 calories to survive and suddenly you give it only 1,000, it will begin to burn 1,000 calories worth of cells that you have lying around your love handles. Instead, your body will slow down its metabolism and try to get as much energy out of those 1,000 calories as it possibly can, so it doesn't waste anything. You'll feel more tired because your body is just miserable, right? With energy. It will devote its 1,000 calorie ration to essential systems like blood, oxygen supply. Metabolically, you won't be burning off extra calories. In fact, you can actually gain weight by dramatically reducing your calorie intake. The flip side of this is you should consume a daily caloric intake that's proportionate to your body size, type, weight, and weight loss goals. Once you determine the amount of calories that you need, you can provide yourself with a healthy, efficient calories. For example, if your body needs 150 calories per day and one slice of double fudge chocolate cake delivers 500 of those, you can see what eating just one slice takes up a third of your calorie intake needs, and that's not good. On the other hand, you can see that drinking a tasty fruit smoothie made with yogurt and nuts, they have half as much calories, provide you with essential nutrients, vitamins, and other elements that your body needs for a healthy nutrition, just for it to work most efficiently, right? For you to feel good. Eat more. Fresh on the heels of the discussion of calories, it's helpful to note that eating frequently throughout the day can be very good for boosting metabolism. There are a couple of reasons for this. The first reason is that people who tend to eat throughout the day do considerably less, snacking. As a result, they tend to avoid the potato chips and the candy bars they might otherwise consume if they feel suddenly hungry. People throughout the day tend to experience severe hunger pains because they have steady stream of, you have a steady stream of food entering the body, right? So then you won't experience those hunger pains. But it's kind of like having a generator. Let's say that run all the time. It will use more electricity than if you powered it on only 3 times a day. If you plan to eat more often, you should keep food journals that notes what you ate, drink throughout the day. You should know the calorie levels of what you eat, the nutritional values as well. Merely focusing on calories is only half of the job, though, because we need to ensure that you're getting enough protein, carbohydrates, unsaturated fats, and other vitamins and minerals that your body needs in order to function at optimal levels. Remember, I'm a nutritionist. This is what I do all the time. I set people up on meal plans according to their life, their blood type, all of that. So reach out to me in the show notes. Grab my email. Shoot me an email. Go to my website, gojen.net, and schedule time with me, and let's talk and set you up on something. That is there for you, or my app. You can schedule something too. Let's talk about breakfast, though. Breakfast is, they say, is the most important meal of the day for boosting your metabolism and assisting with weight loss. People who eat breakfast are much less inclined to snack throughout the morning. Of course, if you're eating more frequently, you can still eat something between breakfast and lunch. And studies have shown that metabolism slows down during sleep and doesn't usually get going again until you eat. Therefore, starting the day with breakfast is likely to kickstart your metabolism. Actually, you burn more calories throughout the day simply by eating breakfast. That being said, I'm also someone who believes in intermittent fasting because I do that. My body does. I've never liked breakfast. I've never done that, so I'll be straight up with you. But if you're trying to lose weight, I recommend going by this and then moving over and seeing if intermittent fasting is for you, because with breakfast, you don't want to eat to complete fullness, okay? Because you want to eat throughout the day. You don't want to eat a lot of calories. At the same time, you want to be careful of high-fat breakfasts, so as like high, such as those that include bacon and sausage, and deliver a lot of calories, but they also make you hungry soon again. So in addition to having, ingested a lot of fat and calories, you typically find yourself really hungry in a few hours. So ordinary breakfasts that are high in fiber, okay? Take long to digest, and thus you will be hungry again for a while. Why oatmeal is so good. Something to bear in mind, and may explain why many people who eat breakfast find themselves painfully hungry by lunchtime. It's not because they have an overactive metabolism at work. It's the high fat content which has been swiftly digested. So protein and carbs. Studies show that having a proper amount of protein in your system can actually increase your speed of your metabolism. It requires more energy to break down the protein, right? Than many other foods. The more time it takes your body to break down the protein, the more calories it uses. Different people require different amounts of protein on a daily basis. Those who exercise and build muscle typically need more than that amount. The US FDA food guideline suggests about 50 grams of protein a day for an active adult. Keep in mind that some sources of protein are also sources of fat. Fast food burgers deliver up to 20 grams of protein, plus deliver a great amount of fat, which makes them almost nutritionally worthless. Surely protein comes from lean protein, typically proteins that come in fish, chicken, and lean. If you're a vegetarian, like I am, simply looking for non-meat alternatives, low-fat cheese, lentils, yogurt, all good sources. Simply check the food label to determine if the source of protein is lean or fatty. Carbohydrates. Carbohydrates are not bad. We need them. We should never cut out a food group, you all. So I get tired of hearing all these diets that come about where we're cutting out carbs. It's not good for us. When your body digests carbohydrates, it requires spikes in insulin, okay? And when your insulin is released into the system, it promotes the storage of fat, and some experts believe it can change the speed of your metabolism. The good kinds of carbohydrates you consume are those high in fiber from fruit and vegetable sources and whole grains. The sources of carbohydrates that don't serve on the high glycemic index, so they don't cause a spike in insulin levels, and therefore they will promote the fat storage, okay? So we want to really focus on that. So, congratulations. You know now more about metabolism and the increase in metabolic speed than most people. You've learned that metabolism is a process and not an actual body part. Harmonizes 2 essential functions, converting food into cell tissues, breaking down cells down to provide energy. we learned that the former process is known as anabolism and the later is catabolism. And indeed, it's the later that produces the influence on our ability to lose weight and keep it from coming back. And going beyond the biologic basis, we also learned that the three integrated aspects of speeding up metabolism and losing weight is exercise, lifestyle, and diet. And within each of the three categories are 12 of 11 important, practical, and quite easy ways to boost your metabolism. Now it's time for action. Next step to boosting your metabolism is up to you. Good luck, have fun, enjoy your better, leaner life. And let's hit up some myths before we go. As I talk about the myths, would you please comment? Let me know, what did you learn today? What additional questions do you have? I would love to answer more questions. I'm really going to try to focus on really helping you guys understand nutrition in my nutrition segment, because that's one of the 8 pillars of the 1-8 Fit Body Mind Method. So let me know what questions you have. And are you ready for some Mythbusters? I bet you are. Okay, so there are really 4 most prevalent myths concerning metabolism and metabolism boosting. And so, considering how common these myths are, indeed useful to know them and know that they are myths. So, if you come across them in magazines, fitness club, or just one of those well-intentioned misguided advice of a friend, you can at least confidently say, sorry, but I think that's a myth. I'm not going to fall for that one. So myth number 1, diet pills. The general consensus on diet pills contained in 2 potential powerful words. Buyer beware. Okay, I used to be like one of those diet pill, like people went from diet pill. The problem here is that many makers of diet pills offer claims that simply aren't realistic. And if you read the fine print of most of these advertisements, you will find that they're really too good to be true. Little notes and claims made in the advertisement are not typical and should be enough of a wake-up call to realize there's more to the story. In some cases, diet pills can temporarily help boost the metabolism. Temporary. This is, however, risky and generally shouldn't be done without doctors say so. Unfortunately, people become somewhat addicted to diet pills, and this can lead to disaster. And before we go on to myth 2, remember that some diet pills are water loss pills. That is, they are diuretics. They promote water loss, usually through excess urination. The jury on water loss diet pills is somewhat less open-minded than diet pills in general. They don't work. Seriously, water loss diet pills are built on the premise that you lose weight through water. And yes, it's true, if you urinate 15 times a day, you're going to physically go way less, but not actual weight loss. This is merely unhealthy temporary weight loss, and it will come roaring back in minutes with the water stores are replenished through the diet, okay? Even harder to comprehend is a person taking these water pills fails to restore the body fluids. They can actually suffer dehydration, which can and has led to coma and death. Number 2, drop caloric intake. We kind of did this earlier today, but it deserves an encore here. Trying to lose weight by drastically cutting down on your calories just doesn't work. It's unhealthy. The thing to remember is that the body's ability to lose weight is not controlled by calories. Calories are the input. The real control mechanism is the famous concept we've been covering during this entire time that you're not familiar with. It's what? Metabolism, which is calories are merely units of energy. It's how your body deals with that energy that determines whether the weight is gained or lost. So with that being said, cutting down your caloric intake, say 1,000 calories a day, is not going to help you lose weight because it does not necessarily change your metabolism. Instead, as you know, if you slow down your calorie intake, your body, which is always trying to help you in the best way it knows how, will slow down its metabolism. Really, it makes sense. This body says something has gone wrong. Instead of the 2,000 calories that it needs, it's only getting 1,000. The body doesn't know this is happening, right? It doesn't know that you just want to lose weight, okay? It makes sense. Something is wrong. Perhaps you're trapped in a cave. I mentioned that before. Stuck in a snowstorm. So the body will try to help you slow down the metabolism, and it will do the best to slow down the conversion rate so that you will have as much energy as possible on hand. Now, if your body was able to listen to this, you could say, look, please do what we normally do, but with 1,000 fewer calories a day for a while, then we might actually get somewhere, right? Go burn those 1,000 calories. But the body doesn't work that way. It won't help you lose weight if you dramatically cut down the calories. It will slow down your metabolism, then it's hard to speed back up. I had that issue. So here's the worst part. If whenever you increase the calories again, your body will have to deal with the slow metabolism. So you can actually gain more weight by cutting down calories for a period of time. You find that you consume extra calories. Say while you're on vacation or something. Myth number 3, low-intensity workouts. Now, hear me out here, because I know some of you might have some knee issues. It's fair to say that any exercise is better than no exercise. So if if you lead a sedentary lifestyle, then even walking around the block for 10 minutes a day is going to do something positive for your body and metabolism. True, that difference may be the difference may not make a difference to the naked eye or may. The bottom line is that exercise is good. Yeah, with this being said, some people believe that they should perform low-intensity workouts even when they can perform high-intensity. That is, instead of jogging for 20 minutes with their heart rate top at their aerobic zone, they opt for low-intensity jogs that barely break a sweat. Hate to break it to you, low-intensity workouts simply do not lead to faster metabolism, y'all. They can't. As we discussed earlier, metabolism is a process, and that process is really one of two types: taking energy and making cells, anabolism; breaking cells down to make energy, catabolism. If you don't achieve high-intensity workout, your body can't tap to achieve catabolism. It won't need to. The only way your body is going to go is break down existing cells if it needs to. So keep this in mind as you exercise, either at home or at the gym. Low-intensity workouts are better than nothing. Okay, sometimes you may need to go there. Recovering and drain, just starting out on the exercise journey, have other conditions. But once you reach a level of basic fitness, only high-intensity aerobic workouts will make the difference, and you don't have to work out as long. Okay, in terms of metabolism, high-intensity workouts force your body to find the energy to help you maintain that level of exercise, and it does so through catabolism. Myth number 4, too much focus. Yes, I said too much focus. Speaking of metabolism and achieving your weight loss goals, it involves a certain degree of focus, after all. There is a lot of things competing for your attention, including that delicious chef's, pecan pie, maybe. And you certainly need to be able to keep your eye on the goal in order to maintain a program. Okay, you do. Yes, sometimes too much focus is a bad thing. Some dieters understand this all too well. Remember, speeding up your metabolism is a holistic effort that includes exercise, lifestyle, and diet changes, okay? Looking at the whole person here. Focusing only on one of those at the expense of the others, either one, or both, can be detrimental. In fact, in some cases, it can be counterproductive. So the myth here is that you should go in all out and focus on becoming an exercise guru and then move on to the lifestyle and then into diet. You don't have to integrate all three aspects into your life at the same time. True, based on your unique situation, you will likely emphasize one more than others. That's fine and normal. But it's a myth and a mistake to try to ignore any of these, right? It takes all three to speed up your metabolism and to get to your weight loss goals for the long term, because we want something that's lasting, something that's substantial, something that you can do. So really think about what's one thing you could pick. Out of all the things we listed, what's one that you could incorporate in your life right now? I'd pick one from each category. What's one that's one exercise, one nutrition, one lifestyle? What are those? And what is something that me and Mike Rabbit you can add in for this week? Is there something that maybe combines them all? Maybe, a lifestyle kind of goes along with the exercise because there's overlapping. Or maybe for the next month, you could do one that's exercise, one nutrition, one that's lifestyle, and do a different one each week. And then the last week, kind of maybe step it up a notch with all of them. Look for different ways. And as always, if you need any coaching, if you're ready for that 180, do something a different way, if you like to really learn how to live fit lifestyle, if you really want to know how to do this where you're fit emotionally, mentally, physically, with your nutrition, everything, then please reach out to me. I'm your, empowerment coach, taking from stuck to authentic thrive. If you feel stuck, especially with binge eating or any of those kind of things, allow me to help you. That is my skill. That is my gift, to really help people who feel like they don't have any answers. They don't have any solutions, that it's not going to work for them. He'll tell you it is, and it will. And I'm here to see you every step of the web. So in the show notes, there's always a way to get in contact me, or you can always go download my app, GoGen180Fit, and directly message me there, or go to my website, gogen.net, and message me there as well. So, or go download the 21-day program that starts August 9th. You don't want to miss it. 21 days, $21. I do guided meditations every day, and you get lifetime access to it all. So 21-day mind, GoGen, Jen just says one N.net. All right, you all. Thank you so much for watching. Subscribe, follow, tell someone else about this that you think needs to know a little more about nutrition. And let me know your questions. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. I love to hear from you. So go ahead. Let me know. What habits are you doing? What questions do you have? How can I serve and show up for you all the more? Thanks for watching. Be brave, be kind, live authentically, and always shine. Remember, you're just one habit away, tribe. Maybe that one habit is one of these things.